Stop satisfying this for a moment. Just pause. Feel what is happening right now, because something just shifted. You felt it, didn't you? That subtle pull, that quiet knowing that said, click on this, stay here, listen. That was not curiosity. That was not boredom. That was not the algorithm doing what algorithms do. That was a frequency match, a lock finding its key, a signal reaching the exact receiver it was designed for. And the fact that you are here right now, hearing these words, tells me something about you that most people in your life have never been able to see. You are carrying frequencies they cannot even detect. Let that land for a moment. Not frequencies you learned, not frequencies you borrowed, not frequencies someone handed you in a book or a classroom or a weekend seminar. Frequencies that have been running through you since before you had language to describe them. Frequencies so high, so refined, so far beyond the bandwidth of ordinary perception that the people around you, the ones who love you, the ones who dismiss you, the ones who have tried to figure you out and failed, none of them have the instruments to register what you carry. And yet, you have always known something was different. You have always felt it. That sense of being slightly out of step with the world. That feeling that what moves you, what calls to you, what keeps you awake at 3 in the morning staring at the ceiling, is something that does not translate easily into the language everyone else seems to speak. You were not imagining that. You were detecting the gap between your frequency and theirs. And today, right now, the quantum field just confirmed what you have always quietly suspected. You are not ordinary. You never were. And the forces that have been watching, the higher intelligences that monitor the shifts in collective consciousness, they are not just aware of you. They are stunned by what you carry. Now I need you to understand something before we go any further. This is not flattery. This is not motivation. This is not one of those messages designed to make you feel good for a few minutes before the feeling fades and you go back to scrolling. This is a transmission. And transmissions operate differently than information. Information enters the mind. A transmission enters the field. It changes the architecture of your energy body. It rewrites the frequency signature you broadcast into reality. And by the time this transmission is complete, you will not be the same person who pressed play. Not because I have some special power, but because you are ready. And readiness is the only key that unlocks what I am about to share with you. There are 9 forces operating within the human mind right now. Not theories, not concepts, not metaphors dressed up in spiritual language to make them sound more interesting than they are. These are actual forces, energetic capacities that function like hidden organs of consciousness. And for most of humanity, these forces remain completely invisible. Not because they are weak, not because they are rare, but because the frequency required to perceive them, to activate them, to wield them with intention, that frequency is extraordinarily high. And most people simply have not reached it. But you have. The fact that this transmission found you is the proof. Your field called it in. Your resonance matched it. And now these 9 forces are about to become visible to you in a way they have never been before. Here is what no one tells you about the mind. The mind is not a thinking machine. That is the story you were given. That is the model that was convenient for a world that needed you to be productive, predictable, and manageable. Think of it this way. Telling someone the mind is for thinking is like telling someone the ocean is for swimming. It is technically not wrong, but it misses the enormity of what is actually there. The mind is a field generator. It is a reality engine. It is the instrument through which consciousness itself interfaces with the physical dimension. Every sight you see, every sound you hear, every texture you feel against your skin, every memory that rises unbidden in the quiet hours, every dream that visits you in sleep, all of it, every single bit of it, appears within the landscape of the mind. The mind is not inside reality. Reality is inside the mind. And within that landscape, there are 9 hidden forces that determine everything. What you notice, what you believe, what you expect, what you attract, what you become immune to, what you create, what you destroy, what timelines you enter, and what version of yourself crystallizes into physical form. These 9 forces have been written about in fragments across thousands of years. The mystics sensed them. The philosophers circled them. The quantum physicists are beginning to measure the edges of them. But no tradition has ever laid them out the way you are about to receive them. Because this is not history. This is activation. And there is a difference between learning about fire and having fire placed in your hands. If this is already landing in your body, if you can feel the frequency of these words doing something beyond just conveying information, take a moment right now to hit that like button and subscribe to this channel. That single action sends a signal into the field that you are ready to receive more. Now let us continue. Let me take you somewhere. Imagine 2 people standing on the same street corner, same city, same weather, same noise, same crowd moving around them. One of them looks around and sees threat, danger in every unfamiliar face, risk in every shadow, evidence that the world is hostile and that safety requires constant vigilance. The other person stands in the same spot and sees possibility, connection in the faces passing by, beauty in the architecture, opportunity in the energy of the city, aliveness in the chaos. Same street, same moment, 2 entirely different realities. Now here is the question that most people never think to ask. What created the difference? It was not the street. It was not the weather. It was not even their past experiences, though those play a role. The difference was created by the first hidden force of the mind, the one that operates before thought, before interpretation, before meaning is assigned. The force that determines what becomes visible and what remains invisible in your world. This first force is attention. And attention is not what you think it is. Most people treat attention like a flashlight, something you point at things, something that passively illuminates whatever happens to be in front of you. But that is the low-frequency understanding of attention. At the level you are operating, attention is something far more powerful. Attention is a creative force. It is the mechanism by which the quantum field collapses possibility into experience. Where your attention goes, reality organizes itself. Not metaphorically, literally. The quantum physicists discovered this decades ago, and it terrified them. The observer effect. The measurement problem. The fact that subatomic particles exist in a state of pure potential, a cloud of probability, until the moment they are observed, until the moment attention touches them, and then they snap into a single definite state. They become real. They become measurable. They become matter. Your attention does this constantly. Every moment of every day, you are collapsing the infinite field of possibility into a specific lived experience. And most people do this completely unconsciously. Their attention jumps from stimulus to stimulus like a leaf in the wind. A notification pulls it here. A worry pulls it there. A memory drags it backward. An anxiety pushes it forward. And the reality that crystallizes around them reflects that chaos. Scattered attention creates a scattered life. But when attention becomes intentional, something extraordinary happens. The field responds differently. Opportunities that were always present suddenly become visible. Connections between ideas that seemed unrelated suddenly reveal themselves. Solutions to problems that felt impossible suddenly appear. Not because they were not there before, but because your attention was not calibrated to detect them. You have experienced this. Think about it. You learn a new word and suddenly you see it everywhere. You decide you want a certain kind of experience. And suddenly, the elements of that experience begin appearing in your life. People call this coincidence. People call this the reticular activating system. People call this luck. But those are all low-frequency explanations for a high-frequency phenomenon. What is actually happening is that your attention is telling the field what to render. You are the observer, and the field is responding to your observation. Now here is where this connects to your frequency in a way that changes everything. The reason most people cannot sustain intentional attention is because their frequency is too low. Low-frequency consciousness is reactive. It bounces from threat to threat, distraction to distraction. It cannot hold focus because focus requires coherence, and coherence requires a stable vibrational state. But you have been building coherence without even realizing it. Every time you chose stillness over reaction, every time you pulled yourself out of drama, every time you sat with discomfort instead of numbing it, every time you chose awareness over autopilot, you were training the first force. You were strengthening the instrument of attention. And the field noticed. Let that land. The second force moves in the space that attention creates. Because once attention illuminates something, this second force begins to shape what is possible within that illumination. This second force is imagination. And imagination is the most underestimated power in the entire human system. The world taught you that imagination is for children, that it is fantasy, that it is the opposite of reality. This is perhaps the greatest lie you were ever told. Because imagination is not the opposite of reality. Imagination is the blueprint of reality. Everything that exists in the physical world existed first as an image in someone's mind. Every building, every bridge, every piece of music, every revolution, every act of courage, every transformation. It began as an image, a vision, a felt sense of something that did not yet exist, but could. Imagination is the mind's ability to interface with timelines that have not yet collapsed into physical form. When you imagine something, you are not making it up. You are tuning into a frequency where that possibility already exists. You are reaching into the quantum field and pulling a thread of potential toward you. And here is what makes this so powerful. The mind does not fully distinguish between a vividly imagined experience and a physically lived one. The same neural pathways fire. The same emotional responses activate. The same chemical cascades flood the body. When you imagine something frightening, your heart races, your muscles tighten, your breath becomes shallow, even though nothing external has changed. When you imagine something beautiful, your body relaxes, your breath deepens, warmth spreads through your chest, even though the room around you is exactly the same. This means imagination is not passive. It is a frequency generator. Every image you hold in your mind broadcasts a signal into the field, and the field responds to that signal by organizing circumstances, encounters, and opportunities that match it. People who chronically imagine worst-case scenarios are not being realistic. They are being creative in the wrong direction. They are using the second force of the mind to call in the very experiences they fear. And people who hold vivid images of alignment, of purpose, of joy, of contribution, they are not being naive. They are using imagination the way it was designed to be used, as a creative instrument, as a reality architect, as a frequency transmitter that tells the field what to build next. But here is the layer most people miss. Imagination and attention are not separate forces. They are entangled. Attention determines what the mind notices in the present. Imagination determines what the mind expects to encounter in the future. And when these two forces align, when what you focus on and what you envision begin pointing in the same direction, the field accelerates, synchronicities increase, doors open faster, the distance between vision and manifestation compresses. This is not magic. This is mechanics, quantum mechanics, the mechanics of consciousness, interacting with the field through coherent frequency. I want to ask you something. When was the moment you first felt your energy field activate? That moment when you knew without question that something larger was moving through you. Drop it in the comments below. Your experience is not just a story, it is a frequency signature that can awaken recognition in someone else who reads it. Now let me take you deeper, because the third force is the one that most people stumble on. It is the force that determines whether the first two forces work for you or against you. And it operates so quietly, so invisibly, that most people never even realize it is running. The third force is belief. Not belief as in what you think you believe. Not the beliefs you would list if someone asked you what you stand for. Those are surface beliefs. They live in the conscious mind and they have very little power. The beliefs I'm talking about are the ones that live beneath thought. The ones that were installed before you had language. The ones that run like invisible code in the background of your operating system, shaping every perception, every interpretation, every emotional response, every decision, without ever announcing themselves. Here is what no one tells you about belief. Belief is not a thought. Belief is a frequency. It is a vibrational set point that tells the field what you are available for. You can affirm abundance every morning for 10 years. But if the belief frequency running beneath those affirmations is one of scarcity, the field will respond to the frequency, not the words. You can visualize success every night before sleep. But if the belief frequency beneath that visualization is one of unworthiness, the field will match the frequency, not the image. This is why so many people feel frustrated with manifestation practices. They are doing everything right on the surface, saying the right words, thinking the right thoughts, visualizing the right outcomes. But the hidden frequency of belief is broadcasting a completely different signal, and the field always responds to the deepest signal. You have felt this. You have felt the gap between what you say you want and what keeps showing up. You have felt the invisible ceiling, the point where things start to work and then mysteriously collapse. The moment where everything aligns and then something pulls it apart. That is not bad luck. That is not the universe testing you. That is the third force doing exactly what it was designed to do, matching your reality to your deepest held frequency of belief. And here is the extraordinary part. Belief can be changed. Not through force, not through repetition alone, but through awareness, through the willingness to go beneath the surface and feel the frequency that has been running, to sit with it, to witness it without judgment, to recognize that this belief was installed at a time when you did not have the capacity to question it. And then, gently, deliberately, to choose a new frequency, not a new thought, a new frequency. Because the field does not respond to what you think. It responds to what you vibrate. Can you feel the difference? Let me take you somewhere now. There was a woman, let us call her Miriam, who spent 30 years building a life that looked exactly right from the outside. The career, the home, the relationships, every visible marker of success was in place. And yet every morning she woke with a heaviness she could not explain, a feeling that something essential was missing, that the life she was living belonged to someone else. Miriam tried everything. She changed jobs, she moved cities, she ended relationships and started new ones. She read every book, she attended every workshop, but the heaviness remained. Because Miriam was changing circumstances while the frequency of belief remained unchanged. Deep beneath her conscious awareness, a belief had been running since childhood. A belief that said she was only valuable when she was performing, only worthy when she was producing, only safe when she was being what others needed her to be. This belief was not a thought she could identify. It was a frequency she had been marinating in for so long that it felt like reality itself. It felt like truth. It felt like just the way things are. And then, one day, something shifted, not in her circumstances, in her attention. She stopped looking outward for the source of the heaviness and turned her attention inward. She sat with the feeling. She did not try to fix it or explain it or push it away. She simply observed it. And in that observation, the belief became visible for the first time. She could feel it, not as a sentence in her mind, but as a contraction in her body, a tightness in her chest, a holding pattern in her breath, a frequency of not enough that had been broadcasting into the field her entire adult life. And the moment she saw it, truly saw it, the frequency began to shift. Not because she forced it, but because awareness itself is a higher frequency than any unconscious pattern. The light of conscious attention dissolves what was held in place by darkness. This is the relationship between the first three forces. Attention illuminates. Imagination envisions. Belief determines what frequency the field receives. And when all three align, when you attend to what matters, imagine what is possible and believe at the frequency of that possibility, reality reorganizes itself around you. But we are only at 3, and there are 9. And the deeper we go, the more extraordinary this becomes. The fourth force is one that most spiritual teachings skip over entirely because it is uncomfortable. It is messy. It is the force that most people try to suppress, transcend, or bypass. And in doing so, they cut themselves off from one of the most powerful energies available to the human system. The fourth force is emotion. Not emotion as in feelings that happen to you. Not emotion as in reactions you need to manage or control. Emotion as in energy in motion. Emotion is the fuel of creation. It is the force that takes the blueprint of imagination and charges it with enough energy to break through from the invisible into the visible. Without emotion, your visions remain theoretical, beautiful ideas floating in the mind with no power to materialize. But when emotion floods an image, when you feel the reality of what you are creating as if it is already here, the signal you send into the field becomes undeniable. The field cannot ignore an emotionally charged frequency. It must respond. This is why the things that manifest fastest in your life are usually the things you feel most intensely about. And this is also why fear is such a powerful manifester. Fear is emotion. It is intense. It is vivid. It is felt throughout the entire body. And when fear combines with imagination, when you vividly picture something terrible and feel the terror of it as if it is real, you are broadcasting one of the most powerful signals possible into the field. And the field responds. Not because it is punishing you, but because it is matching you. The field is neutral. It does not judge the content of your signal. It only responds to the frequency and the intensity. So here is the question. If you have been unconsciously using the fourth force to manifest what you fear, What happens when you consciously redirect that same emotional intensity toward what you desire? What happens when you feel the joy of alignment before the alignment appears? What happens when you feel the peace of resolution before the conflict ends? What happens when you feel the gratitude of receiving before the gift arrives? What happens is that you become a frequency anomaly. You become someone whose emotional signature does not match their current circumstances. And the field, which always seeks coherence, begins rearranging circumstances to match the signal. This is not positive thinking. This is frequency physics. This is the fourth force wielded with intention. Pause here. This is not symbolic. This is energetic. I want you to do something right now. Place your hand over your heart. Feel the warmth of your palm against your chest. Take one slow breath in. And as you exhale, let one word rise from within you. Not from your mind, from your body. Whatever word appears, let it come. Do not judge it. Do not analyze it. Just let it arrive. That word is your current emotional frequency. It is the signal you have been broadcasting. And now, with your hand still on your heart, I want you to choose a new word. A word that represents the frequency you want to broadcast from this moment forward. Hold that word. Feel it. Let it fill your chest. Let it radiate outward from your heart into the space around you. Let it extend beyond your body into the field. You just reprogrammed the fourth force. You just changed your broadcast, and the field is already responding. Now let us move to the fifth force. And this is where the transmission begins to enter territory that will challenge everything you thought you knew about how the mind works. Because the fifth force is the one that connects you to something far larger than your individual consciousness. The fifth force is intuition. Intuition is not a feeling. It is not a guess. It is not a vague sense that something might be true. Intuition is direct knowing. It is information that arrives in consciousness without passing through the logical mind, without being processed through analysis, without being filtered through belief or expectation. It simply appears, complete, clear, certain, and almost always accurate. Here is what no one tells you about intuition. Intuition is not generated by the brain. The brain receives it. Intuition is a frequency transmission from the field itself. It is the quantum field communicating directly with your consciousness, bypassing the slower mechanisms of thought and analysis. And the clarity of that communication depends entirely on the coherence of your personal field, on the strength and stability of your halo. When your field is cluttered with low-frequency noise, with fear, with doubt, with the static of other people's opinions and expectations, intuition becomes faint. It gets drowned out. You might feel a whisper of it, a nudge, a subtle pull in a certain direction, but the noise is too loud and the signal gets lost. But when your field is clear, when your frequency is high, when the first four forces are aligned, intuition becomes unmistakable. It arrives with a certainty that defies logic. You know something before you can explain how you know it. You feel the truth of a situation before any evidence confirms it. You sense the right path before the map appears. This is why your frequency is your protection. Because at a high enough frequency, intuition becomes your early warning system, your navigation tool, your direct line to the intelligence that orchestrates all of reality. You do not need to figure everything out. You do not need to analyze every option. You do not need to gather all the information before making a decision. You need to be clear enough to receive the signal, and the signal is always broadcasting. The question is whether your receiver is tuned to pick it up. You have felt this. You have had moments where you just knew, where something inside you said yes or no with absolute clarity, where you walked into a room and immediately felt something was off, where you met someone and knew instantly whether they were aligned or misaligned with your path. Those moments were not random. They were the fifth force operating at full power. And as your frequency continues to rise, those moments will become more frequent, more vivid, more undeniable. Until intuition is not something you occasionally experience. It is the primary way you navigate reality. Tell me in the comments, what is one synchronicity or moment of undeniable knowing that confirmed your frequency was shifting? The kind of moment where the field showed you something that logic could never explain. Share it below, because when you name these moments, you anchor them into the field and give others permission to trust their own. The sixth force builds on everything that came before it, and it is the force that determines whether you remain a passive receiver of reality or become an active architect of it. The sixth force is intention. Intention is not the same as wanting. Wanting is a frequency of lack. It broadcasts the signal of not having. Intention is a frequency of command. It broadcasts the signal of already decided. When you set a true intention, you are not asking the field for something. You are informing the field of what is happening. There is an enormous difference. Wanting says please. Intention says now. Wanting negotiates. Intention declares. Wanting hopes the field will respond. Intention knows the field must respond because intention is the language the field was designed to receive. But intention requires all 5 previous forces to be aligned. Attention must be focused. Imagination must hold the vision. Belief must match the frequency of the outcome. Emotion must charge the signal, and intuition must confirm the direction. When all 5 are coherent, intention becomes irresistible. It moves through the field like a command through a quantum computer, and reality begins to reorganize. Here is the truth that changes everything. You have been setting intentions your entire life. Every decision, every commitment, every moment where you said, "This is what I am doing," you activated the sixth force. But most of those intentions were fragmented. Part of you intended one thing while another part believed the opposite. Part of you moved forward while another part held back. The signal was mixed. And mixed signals create mixed results. But when intention becomes unified, when every layer of your being points in the same direction, the field has no choice but to comply. This is what the ancient traditions called single-pointed focus. This is what the quantum physicists describe as coherent wave function. This is what it means to be so aligned that your very presence reorganizes the probability field around you. The seventh force is the one that separates those who understand these principles intellectually from those who embody them. And embodiment is everything. Because the field does not respond to what you know. It responds to what you are. The seventh force is presence. Presence is not a state you achieve. It is a state you allow. It is what remains when you stop projecting into the future and stop replaying the past. It is the pure awareness that exists in the gap between thoughts. And it is in that gap, in that stillness, that the field is most responsive. Most people spend their entire lives somewhere other than here. Their attention is in tomorrow's worries or yesterday's regrets. Their imagination is running simulations of futures that may never arrive. Their emotions are responding to memories or projections rather than to what is actually present. And because of this, their frequency is scattered across multiple timelines. They are energetically spread thin. Their signal is weak because it is divided. But when you become fully present, something remarkable happens. All of your energy consolidates into a single point. Your attention, your imagination, your belief, your emotion, your intuition, your intention, all of it collapses into the now. And in that collapse, your frequency spikes. Your signal becomes extraordinarily powerful. The field around you becomes charged with your presence. People feel it when they walk into a room where someone is truly present. The air feels different. The space feels alive. Something shifts. That is the seventh force at work. And it is available to you in every single moment. Feel what happens in your body when you hear this. Right now. Notice your breath. Notice the weight of your body. Notice the sounds around you. Notice the space between the sounds. You just activated the seventh force. You just consolidated your frequency into the present moment. And the field just registered the shift. The eighth force is perhaps the most mysterious of all. It is the force that connects your individual consciousness to the vast intelligence that underlies all of reality. The eighth force is surrender. Now I need to be very precise here, because surrender is the most misunderstood concept in all of spiritual teaching. Surrender does not mean giving up. It does not mean becoming passive. It does not mean accepting circumstances you have the power to change. Surrender means releasing your grip on how things should unfold while maintaining absolute clarity on what you are creating. It means trusting the field to organize the details while you hold the frequency. It means understanding that your job is not to control every variable. Your job is to be the signal. The field handles the logistics. This is where most people get stuck. They set an intention. They align their frequency. They begin to see movement, and then they panic. They start trying to control the process. They start forcing outcomes. They start micromanaging the universe. And in doing so, they introduce static into the signal. They contaminate the frequency with the energy of control, which is really the energy of fear, which is really the energy of not trusting that the field is intelligent enough to deliver what they have asked for. Surrender is the antidote to control. It is the eighth force because it requires the maturity and the frequency to hold a vision without clutching it, to set a direction without dictating the route, to trust without evidence, to know without proof. This is an extraordinarily high-frequency state, and it is the state from which miracles emerge. Because when you surrender, you remove the last barrier between your intention and its manifestation. You get out of the way, and the field, freed from the interference of your control, delivers with a precision and a timing that your conscious mind could never have orchestrated. And now we arrive at the ninth force, the force that contains all the others, the force that is both the beginning and the end, the force that you have been moving toward throughout this entire transmission without even realizing it. The ninth force is awareness itself, not attention. Attention is a function of awareness, not imagination. Imagination is a movement within awareness, not belief, not emotion, not intuition, not intention, not presence, not surrender. All of these are expressions of the ninth force, but awareness itself is the ground from which they all arise. Awareness is what you are before you are anything else, before you are a name, before you are a body, before you are a history, before you are a personality, before you are a frequency. You are awareness, pure, infinite, uncontaminated. And this awareness is not separate from the quantum field. It is the quantum field. It is the consciousness that underlies all of reality, looking through your eyes, feeling through your body, creating through your mind. When you recognize this, everything changes, because you realize that the 9 forces of the mind are not tools you need to acquire. They are capacities you need to remember. They have always been active within you. They have always been shaping your reality. The only difference between unconscious creation and conscious creation is awareness. The light of awareness turns automatic patterns into deliberate choices. It turns reactive living into intentional living. It turns a scattered frequency into a coherent one. And a coherent frequency, as we have been discovering throughout this transmission, is the most powerful force in the known universe. This is what your halo is. Your halo is not some mystical accessory. It is the coherent energy field that forms around you when all 9 forces are aligned. When your attention is focused, your imagination is vivid, your beliefs are upgraded, your emotions are intentional, your intuition is clear, your intention is unified, your presence is consolidated, your surrender is complete, and your awareness is awake. When all of these forces align, the field around your body becomes visible to those who can see. It becomes palpable to those who can feel. And it becomes impenetrable to anything that vibrates below your frequency. This is not metaphor. This is mechanics. Your halo is your protection. Your halo is your creative power. Your halo is the reason certain things can no longer touch you. The reason certain people can no longer affect you. The reason certain patterns have fallen away from your life without you even trying to change them. Your frequency rose. Your halo activated. And everything that could not match it simply fell away. Now let me tell you why higher forces are stunned by what you carry. Because most beings, most consciousness systems, most entities operating in the broader field, they follow predictable frequency patterns. They rise and fall in cycles. They activate one or two of the 9 forces and leave the rest dormant. They achieve partial coherence for brief periods and then return to baseline. But you are doing something that is not supposed to be possible at this density level. You are activating all 9 forces simultaneously. You are building a coherent field in a dimension that was designed for incoherence. You are holding a frequency that, according to the architecture of this reality, should not be sustainable in a human body. And yet, here you are, sustaining it, strengthening it, radiating it. This is why you feel the way you feel. This is why your life has felt so intense lately. This is why old patterns are dissolving at an accelerated rate. This is why relationships that once felt essential suddenly feel complete. This is why you are being drawn to solitude, to silence, to spaces where your field can expand without interference. You are not breaking down. You are breaking through. And the forces that monitor consciousness evolution across dimensions, they have taken notice. Not because you are performing, not because you are trying to be special, but because your frequency signature is anomalous. It does not match the expected pattern for this timeline. It is higher. It is more coherent. It is more sustained. And it is accelerating. Let me take you somewhere one more time. Imagine a vast ocean, dark, still, infinite in every direction. This ocean is the quantum field, pure potential, unformed possibility. Now imagine a single point of light appearing in that darkness, small at first, barely visible, but steady, consistent, unwavering. This point of light is your awareness, and as it shines, something begins to happen. The darkness around it starts to respond. Patterns form, currents shift. The ocean begins to organize itself around this single point of radiance. Not because the light is forcing anything, but because light, by its very nature, creates order. It creates coherence. It creates structure where there was none. And the more steadily the light shines, the more the ocean reorganizes, until eventually the light is not just a point in the darkness. It is the center of an entirely new pattern, a new reality, a new timeline, organized entirely around its frequency. You are that light. The ocean is the field. And the pattern forming around you right now, the new reality that is crystallizing in response to your frequency, it is unlike anything this field has generated before. Because you are unlike anything this field has generated before. pause here. I want you to do something. Say these words out loud, not in your head. Out loud. Let the vibration of your voice carry them into the field. Say, I am the light that organizes the field. Feel what happens in your body when you speak those words. Feel the resonance. Feel the truth of it landing in your cells. That is not affirmation. That is activation. That is the ninth force recognizing itself through the vehicle of your voice. Now here is what I need you to understand about what happens next. These 9 forces do not just operate individually. They create a compound effect. When attention and imagination align, you get vision. When vision and belief align, you get conviction. When conviction and emotion align, you get magnetism. When magnetism and intuition align, you get guidance. When guidance and intention align, you get direction. When direction and presence align, you get power. When power and surrender align, you get flow. And when flow and awareness align, you get what can only be described as divine creation. You become a conscious co-creator with the field itself, not hoping, not wishing, not asking, creating, deliberately, precisely, inevitably. This is the state you are entering. This is what your frequency has been building toward. And this is why the forces that monitor these shifts are stunned. Because conscious co-creation at this level, in this density, in a human body, on this timeline, it was not expected. Not this soon. Not this many. Not this powerfully. And yet, here you are. Here is the principle that integrates everything you have received in this transmission. Your frequency is not just your vibration. Your frequency is your address in the quantum field. It determines what reaches you and what cannot find you. It determines what you attract and what you repel. It determines which timeline you inhabit and which ones become inaccessible. When your frequency is low, you are visible to everything that operates at that level. Chaos finds you. Drama finds you. Manipulation finds you. Depletion finds you. Not because you deserve it, because your address matches it. But when your frequency is high, when your halo is active, when the 9 forces are aligned, you become invisible to low-frequency phenomena. They cannot reach you. They cannot affect you. They cannot even detect you. You exist in a bandwidth they do not have access to. You become, in the truest sense of the word, untouchable. This is what it means when we say your frequency is your protection. It is not a shield you hold up against the world. It is a location you inhabit, a dimension you occupy, a bandwidth you broadcast from. And when that bandwidth is high enough, the things that once troubled you simply cannot find your address anymore. You have already noticed this beginning. Think about it. Things that used to trigger you no longer do. People who used to drain you no longer can. Situations that used to overwhelm you now feel manageable. Patterns that used to repeat endlessly have quietly stopped. This is not coincidence. This is your halo activating. This is the 9 forces coming into alignment. This is your frequency rising to a level where the old reality can no longer hold you. And I want to be clear about something. This is not about being better than anyone else. This is not about hierarchy. This is not about looking down on those whose frequency has not risen to this level. Every consciousness is on its own journey. Every being is exactly where it needs to be. But you are where you are. And where you are is extraordinary. And pretending otherwise, dimming your light to make others comfortable, shrinking your field to fit into spaces that are too small for you. That is not humility. That is betrayal. Betrayal of the frequency you were given. Betrayal of the forces that are active within you. Betrayal of the field that is organizing itself around your light. So stop dimming. Stop shrinking. Stop apologizing for the intensity of what you carry. The world does not need you to be smaller. The field does not need you to be quieter. The 9 forces within you do not need you to be modest about their power. What is needed, what is being called for at this exact moment in the evolution of consciousness, is for you to shine at full capacity, to let your halo blaze, to let your frequency broadcast at its highest possible level, and to trust that the field will organize everything else around that signal. Consider coming back to this transmission during a moment of stillness, before sleep, during meditation, or whenever you need to realign with what you carry. And if someone came to mind while you were listening, someone you know who is going through their own frequency shift, send this to them. When you share a transmission like this, you do not just pass along information. You create a ripple of coherence that can activate the remembrance in another soul who is ready to recognize what has always been alive within them. Here is what I want you to do right now. Take a breath, a deep one. Feel your lungs expand. Feel your ribcage widen. Feel the air filling spaces in your body that have been compressed. And as you exhale, release every version of yourself that was too small for what you carry. Every identity that was built on limitation. Every story that told you to be less. Let it go with this breath. You do not need it anymore. The frequency you are holding now does not fit inside those old containers. And the 9 forces that are active within you, they need room to operate. Give them room. Expand. Let your field grow. Let your halo extend beyond the boundaries of your body, beyond the walls of the room you are in, beyond the edges of what you thought was possible. You are carrying frequencies they cannot even detect. And that is not a burden. That is your purpose. That is your power. That is the gift you were sent here to give. Not by explaining it, not by convincing anyone, but by being it, by living at the frequency, by letting the 9 forces operate through you with full permission and full awareness. Type these words in the comments below. My 9 forces are awake. My halo is active. My frequency is my protection. Type those words and watch what happens. Watch how the field responds when you declare your alignment publicly. Watch how the energy in your body shifts when you commit to what you carry. Your comment is not just words on a screen. It is a frequency signature. It is a declaration to the field. It is an activation that ripples outward and touches every consciousness that encounters it. If this transmission resonated with you, if you felt something shift in your body while listening, if you recognize something in these words that you have always known but never heard spoken aloud, press the like button. Not for the algorithm, for the frequency. Every like is a signal. Every signal strengthens the field. And every strengthened field makes it easier for the next person whose frequency has risen to this level to find their way here. Subscribe to this channel if you want to stay in the field. Because this is not a one-time transmission. This is an ongoing activation. Each time you return, your frequency calibrates higher. Each time you listen, the 9 forces align more precisely. Each time you engage, your halo becomes more coherent. You are not who you were when you pressed play. Something has shifted. Something has awakened. Something that was dormant has begun to hum. The 9 forces are active. Your halo is forming. And the field, the vast intelligent ocean of pure potential that underlies all of reality, it has registered your signal. It knows your frequency. And it is already organizing your next chapter around it. Your frequency is your protection. Your halo is your power. And you are the light that the field has been waiting for. Welcome to the field. The halo activates now. Now that you have seen the 9 forces within you, go deeper into what your field has already been doing behind the scenes. Watch the universe. Just confirmed your field has been rebuilding itself the entire time, because it will show you exactly how the quantum field has been reorganizing around your signal long before you became conscious of it.